One of the things that I was sharing with the kids is also on doing child's pose to help with the monkey mind. Are you guys familiar with that practice? Ish? No, sort of. Anna is, yeah. So my monkey mind has been really loud over the last week. There's some karmic seeds ripening that I'm just like, what the fuck? Didn't see that one coming, but seeds are planted. So
I'm right there with you.
yeah, just like holy shit. Like all over the place. So monkey mind is like, trying to grasp and just do so much. If I was like Avalokiteshvara and I had 1,000 arms, it would be useful. So I thought maybe before we do the 9 breaths of purification, we could also just do a little bit of a child's pose, if that's possible, for everybody here to kind of experience how the body can help with the mind. Okay. Back this up a little bit. La, la, la. So, and the thing is, you can do this on a mat. I'm going to show you what it looks like on my yoga mat, and we'll do it all together. You can also just do this in a chair too, if being on a yoga mat is not applicable at this point in time. If you have a bolster like this, or a cushion or a pillow, you can use that sitting on a chair. All right. So, and which you would put it on your lap and then put your head down. So let me make this a little bit longer. So when monkey mind is quite loud and has had triplets, which has happened many times in the last few years, right, during the pandemic. Ideally, I wake up in the morning, not look at my phone, come over here to my mat and do child's pose first thing in the morning. Okay. So if you like, and also what I like to do is I have my knees wide, because if my knees are together, there's some habituated karmic pathway that gets triggered by feeling confined. It's like some past life shit, but also some stuff in this life. So I don't like having my knees together. So my knees are going to be apart. And then, so if you guys want to join me here, we'll be here for a couple of minutes. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay. So in your child's pose, the feet are together. The knees are on either side of the mat. My hands are actually shoulder width apart. And I'm going to stretch my right hand forward and then my left. And then perhaps do that again. Stretch the right hand forward and then the left, to get more space in the spine. And also notice that connection between the right hand, right? Like pull it back towards you and then release it. And notice how that moves all the way into the left hip. And then do the left hand, try to pull it back and see how that movement flows into the right hip. And then you can also gently kind of rock and roll your forehead onto the yoga mat or the pillow or the cushion and start to open and activate your third eye. This also helps to open sinus passages. And then inhale. Exhale slowly, slowly. And again, inhale. Exhale slowly, slowly. And come to a regular breath pattern. And if you like, you can also experiment with bringing your hands together in prayer pose and then bringing them to the nape of the neck. And you may notice that this begins to lengthen and open the triceps. If you've not taken your refuge vows and if that's part of your practice, it's kind of nice to do that here. So we'll just be here quiet for a few moments. And then let's take 3 more breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, one more, inhale, exhale. Okay, and then inhale, release the hands if they've been in prayer, bring them to your knees or in front of your knees and slowly roll up. And we'll come and sit. So just pause for a moment and notice, right, the quality of mind. Like all these practices are about noticing the quality of mind. For me, that has a tendency to just bring everything down. Does that make sense? In the same way that, like, if I'm experiencing some down regulation, if I'm the other term for it would be some depression, right? Then to move out of that, we would need to upregulate. So I go run, I practice loving kindness. Okay, I go to the gym, watch a comedy, right? There's a way that we can learn to manipulate, and that word is, I don't even really like that word, but to shift our energy. And not just by shifting how we perceive energy, but literally shifting energy. Yeah. Right, because we're always constantly flowing too. We know this, right? We're not always happy. We're not always sad. This is my favorite coffee mug. All right, let's do, I like doing this in the beginning of this class, the 9 breaths of purification. One, because it's a way of getting to know your mind and the quality of your mind, and then utilizing the parasympathetic nervous system, right, to get us to a place of focus. I really think that the social media and the constant scrolling or whatever is absolutely 100% affecting our ability to focus and maintain concentration, which is necessary for meditation, right? And one of the ways that, absolutely, And one of the ways that we can harness that is by harnessing the parasympathetic nervous system and toning the vagus nerve. All right, that's the neuroscience behind it. It also includes having the karma to be able to do that. Right? If we're going to be looking at things through a Buddhist lens. So, also, does anybody have any questions about the child's pose thing? No? Okay. It's not so complicated, right? If you need to ground yourself, sit on the ground. Next week, we can talk about the effects of being upside down. Those are good ones. All right, so from our mountain, so do what you need to do to arrange your mountain, right? I'm going to internally rotate the flesh of my right thigh and then my left. And we can do a little bit of a seated movement to kind of utilize the gross anatomy to help us be more aware of the subtle anatomy. So hands can be on our knees. You can hear my dog snoring. Hands like this. Inhale and round. Exhale, pull your chest through. So we're going to do this for a couple of times. And what I'm going to ask you to do is consider closing your eyes so that you can really look inside. Okay. So inhale, round. Okay. Now pause here and find your sacrum moving up through your vertebrae. Of course, exhaling while you're here. Inhale again. And find the underside of your right shoulder blade and then your left. And inhale. Arching. And really using that pull on your knees as a fulcrum to get your chest through. And then exhale. Slowly, slowly. And one more. So inhale, pulling your chest through. And find the underside of your sternum. And then exhale, kind of follow the underside of your sternum as now you round. And then come back to center. We'll do a little spinal twist. Before we do that, like press, if you're on a meditation cushion or on the floor, press the edges of the feet down into the ground. Okay, and connect to that spiraling energy. So you can press and release. Okay, what we're doing is practicing the art of subtle awareness. Okay, if you're sitting on a chair, you can press the right foot down and the left foot. And then from here, take your left hand, simple spinal twist, right? Seated spinal twist, to your right knee. And pause for a moment and feel your kneecap. And then take your right hand behind you, either to the side of the chair or next to you on the floor, or maybe a little bit more behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine up. And exhale, twist. Okay, now notice what happens if you try to keep your hips square, and if you're in a chair, keep your knees over your ankles. Don't let them go into the midline. Okay, so inhale, lengthen, exhale, and twist. The twist is generated at the belly button. Okay, and now find your liver. Okay, notice how we're compressing it. Inhale, Exhale. And then inhale, come back through center. Notice how the organ opens, right? Almost like flowering open. Exhale. And inhale, come back to center. And then drop your awareness inside. Notice what you notice. Subtle differences in the energetic quality of your spine. Okay. You can consider, or the way that I see it sometimes is that our spine is like the corpus callosum of our body, connecting the sides, right? Which is not just front, I mean, not just right and left, but front and back, right? It's the conduit. So just kind of notice where energy is flowing or is stuck. You know, and then perhaps even consider that in the larger expanse of your life. Sometimes it's very clear. And then from here, if you're sitting cross-legged, crisscross your legs the opposite way. All right, and we'll do the other side. So, and again, making sure you're not leaning forward or back. Try to find the midline. And now take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Okay, find again your liver, and now maybe also your spleen, your intestines. One more, inhale. Exhale. Okay, and then notice how we release. Counter twist to the other side. And then back to center. Like that, that's the kind of the gross way to tap into the energy of contraction and expansion, which is happening all the time around us and within us. So we'll do 9 breaths and then we'll do some, I think we're definitely going to do some cloud hands too. So from here, middle finger closes the right nostril. Take a deep inhale through the left. Drop the chin into the sternum. Okay, and notice how I'm using my arms. My arms are straight, so that's kind of helping me lengthen my neck and dropping my chin into the sternal notch. And just allow the most recent moment or moments of aversion to arise. Maybe see where they are in the body. Maybe even laugh at them. And then lift your chin. Close left, exhale right. And again, close right, inhale left. Drop the chin into the sternum, also draw up on the pelvic floor, the earthly doors. Notice what arises. Lift the chin, close left, exhale right. One more, close right, inhale left. Drop the chin. Notice, witness, compassionately. Lift the chin, close left, exhale right. Okay, if you can hold empty in between, awesome. And if not, take a breath, also awesome. And then we'll do the other side, clearing the body, the mind of strong attachment. Yeah, so close left, inhale right. Recognizing that often what causes our suffering is holding on to an idea that things should be a particular way that they are not. When you're ready, lift the chin, release the pelvic floor, close right, exhale left. And again, close left, inhale right. If you need to release the breath before I give the prompt, please do. You can join me also lifting the chin, closing right, exhale left. And one more, close left, inhale right. Dropping the chin, engaging the earthly doors and witnessing. And again, with the utmost compassion for yourself. Okay, and when you're ready, close right, exhale left. And now we'll take 3 breaths through both nostrils, clearing the central channel from ignorance and avidya. And then we'll add 1 breath at the end. So deep inhale, draw the breath over the back of the skull, down the spine, and retain it at the belly button. So inhale. Okay, earthly doors, dropping the chin. And what we're doing is clearing the subtle body from delusion. And you can envision an electric blue light coursing up through the central channel. So lift your chin and exhale. And again, deep inhale. And really, really engaging the earthly doors, drawing up. When you're ready, lifting the chin, releasing the earthly doors, exhaling out through the crown of the skull. And again, deep inhale. Okay. Earthly doors, sternal notch. When we release this breath, we'll immediately inhale back down into the central channel, all the wisdom and compassion of the 5 Buddhas. Lift the chin. Release the earthly doors, exhale. And immediately inhale back down into you. so that the wisdom and compassion of the 5 Buddha families becomes every cell of your body. You can drop your chin again. And when you're ready, lifting the chin, exhaling out through every Buddha cell of your body. And also, when you're ready, opening your eyes and seeing through the eyes of a Buddha. I didn't get that complicated with the kids yesterday, the high schoolers, but we did the 9 breaths. I've been introducing them to it. And I asked them to consider looking at everyone around them as though all of the people around them were Buddhas. And it was so beautiful to see them soften, you know. So we've talked about this in the past. Some of you may experience some phenomenon like blue light that's kind of underlaying everything. Totally normal. When you're drawing in that last breath, that 10th breath, you may see a flash of light. I've heard this is activating the 4th eye. You know, any phenomena that arises is most likely other people are also experiencing. Just notice it. When I see that blue light, it's an indication to me that in the path of meditation that I'm getting a particular place. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, here it is. Here's the blue light. Like, does that make sense? Because it's what begins to happen for me, you know, and then the question is, you can choose. There's so many different kinds of meditations, but I know that when that blue light arises, that I'm opening myself up, and monkey mind is no longer present. Right? Neuroscientifically, what we're doing is really toning the vagus nerve and opening ourselves up to social engagement. And widening out our ability to perceive. We can talk more about that, but I want to do some practice. Yeah, Nancy, we still got to talk about me coming out and doing like a longer workshop. Yeah. So let's come and stand. All right, and I'm going to take my socks off. Let's do a shake, like a 5-minute shake to disorganize. And it's, you know, it's so fascinating when you see like these karmic seeds ripening, right? And then the question is, how can you disorganize any habituated patterns to not create or recreate? Yeah. So that looks awesome, Lorraine. Let's start off let's do a little systematic shaking here. Start off in your Tai Chi Mudra, right? Inhale. Exhale, release. Step 1 foot to the right. Okay, and I'll encourage you throughout this practice throughout just being alive, to notice that when you step, right, if you step with the understanding of karma, that everything flows outward, and it's like stepping on water, right? You just follow that flow. And I try to follow that flow to make sure I don't make the same mistakes. So inhale, reach up. Reach the right hand into the sky, reach the left hand into the sky. Exhale. And then what happens if you push the left hand down and reach the right hand up? And then push the right foot down and reach the left hand up and widen yourself. And inhale, reaching up so much into the sky, fingertips reaching through the ceiling and the roof of whatever building you're in. Right, and you can feel the air on your fingers. It's different now. And maybe you reach up so much your heels come up off the ground. You can bring your arms down, shoulder height, slight bend in the elbows, right? Like you're holding the sky in your hands. Begin to bend down. Maybe your heels are still up off the ground. Or in your mind they are. And inhale. Jump up. Oh God. And just release. Yeah. Start to release. Release all the bullshit. And the patterns. Buttering your lips. Blah, 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 blah. And then starting from the crown of the skull, right? Tapping the fingertips on the crown of the skull, on the fontanelle, really activating that crown chakra. Or meridians, however you want to see it. Okay, running your fingertips through your scalp. Head massage is like one of the best things you could do for yourself. Okay, and then cupping the palms, you can do the forehead and the occiput. And maybe the sides of the skull. Okay, I've had a funky headache for the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to be really gentle here. Not even going to do that. But I am going to draw and pull my hair back a little bit. And then 2 fingers, forefinger and middle finger. Sides of the nose. Clearing sinuses. Okay, and then I've been doing this one a lot because I'm looking at a computer screen so much. I take my thumb and I run it into the upper ridge of the eye socket to help release those muscles. And you can heels of the hands, press them into the eyes, allow the head to come forward. And then rotate your eyes one way and the other way about 9 times. Which feels really nice, right? That's a form of pratyahara, right, from yoga land, in which we're reducing sensory information. It's really important. And then take your fingers and come down the sides of your neck, help drain your lymph glands. Notice if one side is different than the other. Helping clear chest congestion. And hip press. Up one leg. And the foot. Don't forget about the foot. And the other leg. That's the legs. Not forgetting to use the hum sound to move energy. Top of the arm. And again, just I recommend, like I do a lot of this with my eyes closed because I'm not seeing with my eyes. Oh, and then, okay, if anybody's like me and you slept on your neck wrong, drop the head forward and reach back. And it's like kind of like when you're picking up a cat, right? Getting the muscles of the neck to release. Okay, and you can release the wrist, fan the heart. While you're doing this, still be aware of your feet, right? Right, so it's that we're opening up our neuroception. That's where the Stephen Porges uses, right? Widening outward. And oftentimes I find the best way to do that, like I said, was to close your eyes. And then we can release the muscles of the tongue and the heart. A couple of weeks ago, I did a primal scream with my buddy McSweeney in the woods. It was amazing. Okay, and oh my God, shoulders. Again, connecting to that spiraling energy up through the earth. My foot, hip, rotating, moving outward. It's like everything, rising and falling. Even our thoughts. Hips. So we're freestyle. Let's freestyle for the next minute. You guys, like, be in your body. See with your body, hear with your body, taste with your eyes. Right? Unfuck the fuckery. Okay, if you're having any knee pain, for some reason, I think my quad is super tight, so it's pulling on my kneecap. So what I'm going to do is bring my palms to my knees and kind of heat them with the heat of my heart that's in my palms. And you can join me in this before we finish the shake. I'm just going to heat my kidneys. Hands come to the kidneys, to the lower back. Inhale. Exhale into your palms. Maybe one more. Inhale. Hands to the lower back. Exhale. Right? Maybe noticing the difference between the right and left kidney. Okay, and then 10 more seconds freestyle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stop. Look inside. All right, notice what you notice. Notice what you're not noticing. And then draw the arms around. Step the right foot back to the left. Fingertips face each other, palms face the earth. Connect to the spiritual needle, the central channel that is moving up through your feet and out through the crown of your skull, and then also back down. It is always there. And then release the mudra. Step out to the right again. We're going to do little cloud hands. So like I said, it's been raining here. And when we were practicing, when we were meditating, doing 9 breaths, I looked out and each raindrop was a diamond. So from here, feet are parallel. If you're not sure, check them out. Okay, earthly doors closed. We'll start with the hands at the lower dantian. Collarbones are broad. Okay, and don't overarch your lower back, slight tuck. Okay, inhale. All right, this is a raindrop coming up from the earth to the clouds and back down again to the earth. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. Don't forget about the earthly doors. Inhaling. All right, so it's kind of turning the palm out when it reaches the pinnacle, and then it curves down again. Right? And then let's throw the left arm in there too. Right? Rising and falling. You know, and the interesting thing is that we don't judge the rise or the fall of a raindrop. It simply just is rise and fall. It makes me think of the worldly dharmas, right? Fame, disrepute, sickness, and health. So now notice what this feels like if you were moving through water. And in fact, if you were water, moving through water. And you can make it even more dynamic. Let's say you have to move through like sand. Okay. You can continue to mirror me, or you can move at your own speed. But what I'm going to encourage you to do again is to close your eyes. And I can just call out the inhale and exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. That's beautiful. Nice, Anna. Right, and some people, like, you may want to just stay here, but you may find that you want to kind of move around with this. Especially if you are water, moving water. And you can play with that shift from one foot to the other. How one motion feeds into the other naturally. The ability to flow with what comes. Rather than to be broken by it. Right, feel how you are moving energy. Feel the energy on your palms, in your body, from the earth and the sun and the moon. And then always, always come back to your intention, that energetic intention to be of benefit for all beings. And then wherever you are, inhale. Exhale, do one more circuit. And then pause at the lower dantian. Okay, and my feet they're a little bit wider than hip width apart. And just pause. Witness. So that was cloud hands. Okay, now we'll play with the Shaolin practice. I need to find a better name for it because it's not just the Shaolin practice. I'll ask Thomas. Okay, but what we're going to do is bring the hands up so they're about at my hip height. Yeah, you can see here. Feet are parallel again. Notice how you're standing on water. That's pretty cool. Is we're going to cross the right over the left. And I just want you to feel the energy, right? How your subtle body expands outwards more than you think it does. And it's actually, you can cross it over itself. And then maybe do the left. And do the right. Right, shifting, moving energy. And then I'll show you again from the side what this looks like from last week. So inhale, hands come out about hip width apart. And then I'm going to exhale, gather. Coming about shoulder height. Inhale. Arms come up. Pause. And then exhale, push down. Okay, we're going to do that a few times. You can watch me again until you have it in your body. And then I, again, encourage you to close your eyes. So from here, I'm going to cross left over right. Inhale. And then arms open out. Right, I can feel that across my chest. Turning the palms up. Exhale slowly, gathering. Inhale. Arms come up. And then exhale, push down. And you can push down dynamically or just let them, it's almost like you're just stopping them from falling. Okay. And then again, inhale, right over left. Exhale, coming out. Pause here, take another breath with me. Inhale. Okay, now exhale, gather. Inhale. Arms come up, okay, and you can consider closing your eyes and exhale, push down. Okay, and then again, left over right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, gather. Inhale, notice how the arms kind of just float up. And then exhale, push down and notice perhaps the difference in the density of chi between right and left. Okay, let's do that a couple more times. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pause. Right, earthly door is closed, heavenly gate is open. Feel all of the energy moving and flowing around you. And then inhale. Exhale, gather. Inhale. Exhale, push down. So let's do one more. And I'm going to ask you to consider also what this would be like if it's infused with mantra. Okay. And you guys may already work with your own mantra that you use all the time. But we'll try it. I'll say mine when we get up to the upper portion here. Okay, so inhale. Left over right. Exhale, open out. Inhale, pause. Connect to energy. Right, the earth, the human, the heavens. Exhale, gather.
Inhale. And then exhale. In liberating myself, may I benefit all beings. Maybe we'll do one more. Inhale. Right over left. Right, feel that subtle, subtle shift. Exhale, open out. Inhale, pause. Connect. Exhale, gather. Inhale, rise. Exhale. In liberating myself, may I benefit all beings. And pause. Inhale, step the right foot back to the left. Draw the hands down. Notice. Exhale. Release the hands. Feel the energy of the heavens. Turn the hands down. Feel the energy of the human. I mean, not the human, the earth. Okay, and again, still aware of how you're kind of moving molecules of space. Hands come to the human. This precious human rebirth. And then we'll come and sit and I'll show you the closing mudra. Bye, Anna. How's everybody doing? Good. It's absolute magic, yeah. So there's a methodology to the practice, right? Calm the mind, quiet the mind, focus the mind, so that when we're doing these moving meditation practices, we can really subtly be in them, you know. And then we start to be able to do this wherever we are, noticing, witnessing, watching, you know. Without grasping onto the experience, you know, but taking from it realizations, you know. And it's been my experience that they definitely plant seeds for realizations in which you get these thunderbolt moments of how things are, you know. And what's really fascinating about those moments is that the ego just totally dissolves. There's no ego. But we end like this. This is the earth, the heavens, and the human. And we bow to each other and that which sustains us, including each other. Thanks for practicing.